Samuel's a little bit slow coming out of his corner. He's taken his mask off, now he's taken his top off, and now he's ready to get his instructions.
Both know the rules, so all I want is a good clean fight, okay? Most of all, remember to defend yourselves at all times, okay? Push gloves, back to corners, keep it clean.
6 3-minute rounds, ladies and gentlemen.
George Groves and Paul Samuels. Samuels, who once upon a time had a real puncher's reputation. Whether or not he's still got that left at the age of 36, we're about to see. George Groves, though, really exciting young prospect, Richie.
Yeah, he is. I've seen both his opening contests, and very exciting. Good puncher, good mover, very skillful amateur as well. And now he's got to just convert those skills over to the pro game. But yeah, big future.
Oh, what a good start. Good left hand. And Samuels was, well, he's not exactly rocked by that, but it certainly landed pretty flush. The first meaningful punch of the fight from Groves, and it was a really good left hand. Samuels trying to get right back into his face and return a little bit with interest. Fought for the British light middleweight title back in 2000 against Wayne Alexander. Lost that one in 3 rounds. And it doesn't look as though this is going to go an awful long way. He's shipping some big shots in this opening round.
Yeah, he's just been caught cold here, Samuels. He's made a few mistakes. He's coming forward, but he's walking onto shots, and he's trying to close the gap down against Groves, but he's literally walking onto the shots. He's got to keep the elbows tucked in and the hands nice and high. Took a couple of heavy shots in this round.
Well, Carl Froch, who's heading for that fight against Jermaine Taylor, was telling me that he'd sparred 15 rounds or so against George Groves, and he's been really impressed with him. And Carl, not only a good fighter, he's a good judge of a fighter as well. And he says that yes, this young fella has really been able to mix it with him, which is a good form line.
Oh, big shots here, John.
Oh, good left hand. Well, Samuel's taking them at the moment, but for how much longer? And giving a bit of ground now, not surprisingly. He's heavy-handed. Oh, good shot. Good right hand. He has got real exciting puncher's power as George Groves.
7, 8.
And I don't think Paul Samuels is going to go an awful lot further. Michael Alexander having a close look at him to make sure he's all right. And he's got almost a minute to survive in this opening round. He's got all on to get through it.
Yeah, it's that big right hand, isn't it, from Groves that's done the damage. First one earlier didn't get through, but the second one certainly did. That's the one that really did all the damage there and forced that count. Oh, there it is again, over the top.
People have their own opinions about the jeers which were sent the way of James DeGale on his debut, but what the punters like, and the fight is all over, what punters like is big punches, and George Groves is certainly that. Paul Samuels not happy about it being ended, and for a moment I thought he was going to take a swing at the referee, which wouldn't have done his career a great deal of good. He's not very happy about it, and he's now apologising to the ref and saying, look, I'm okay, I could have continued, but Groves can bang, Richie.
Yeah, he can. It's superb display, he's done his job, but Samuels is not very happy. I tend to agree with Samuels there. I thought he was a little bit premature, to be quite honest. He was okay. He did have a little bit of a stumble, but I thought he was okay. Referee, but he's obviously very close to the action, can see into his eyes, wasn't happy, called it a day.
What I was going to say before Groves sort of underlined the fact by finishing it so spectacularly is that the crowds go for punches, don't they? You know, you go back in time and you think about people like Nigel Benn. There's an excitement about them, and Groves looks to me as though he's somebody who is a genuinely heavy-handed fighter.
Well, he showed some great skills there, did Groves, because not only was he catching Samuels with right hands over the top, but great body shots as well.
George the Saint Groves!
There's confirmation of the results. I don't know if we can see again some of the action which brought the end of the fight, but there were some really good punches being put together by George Groves, who's registered his 3rd professional victory. Talk us through some of this. This is the first knockdown, Richie.
Yeah, there's that right hand. That doesn't get through, but this one does. Look, that's a slashing shot, and that was a great punch. The first one didn't quite get there. The second one did all the damage.
And then he kept on the pressure, and more came like this.
That was a lovely right hand, and again, 2 chopping right hands there. Now he's in trouble, Samuels here. He walks to the corner, has a little bit of a smile, but believe you me, he was in trouble. Then here it is again. I think this is the finish now. and the ref. But yeah, I tend to agree with Samuels there. I thought that was a bit premature for me.
Yeah, well, maybe it could have gone on, but I think we'd already seen enough to see what was going to happen. It was always going to be a Groves victory, and he has won it, Andy, pretty impressively. Good win. Groves makes it 3 out of 3.